switch. Yeah, a very quick switch. I'm going to switch the conversations. Don't worry, we'll still talk about all of it. Right about now, it's 4:15, and we are going to Rumeme. Yes, Rumeme is in River State. You must have been following the news since about 2 days ago when the River State government recognized as Owhonda of the kingdom in Rumeme, in Damzi, in Sirim, as the traditional. I mean, Owhonda is the person who is, the traditional ruler thereby in that community. And, there were talks, there were reactions, and we read the reaction yesterday, Wednesday, September the 11th, in our news bulletin, the 6 p.m. bulletin. I did read it, and I told you that some stakeholders in the kingdom frowned at the presentation of the staff of office. And according to them, they do believe that it should have been Prince Timothy in Sirim. Now, when you go by the last name, you would agree with me that is a family thing, right? In Sirim, right? And you would expect, why is the confusion? Why is the uproar? Why the back and the forth? From my experience as a broadcaster, I do understand that issues like this can snowball into conflict. Now, I witnessed this in, is it Alakaya, if I remember vividly, a couple of years ago. We have also seen it in other parts. And usually it gives birth to insecurity in the, communities where things like this happen. So I was thinking when I read the news yesterday that it should make for a quality conversation. And I've invited some stakeholders from the kingdom who I wonder if they're happy or not. I will get to that. But I've invited them into the studio so we can have a conversation as to the Owhonda position in Rumeme Kingdom. From my perspective, going by the law that I think I know, one would agree that it is the state government that recognizes the traditional stool, right? But they are arguing that, some argue the gods of the land or whatever processes that they have are supposed to bring forth the ruler. So we'll be discussing with them, and joining me to have the conversation are wonderful gentlemen from the community. I have with me in the studio Apostle. Just give me a minute there. I'm trying to sort my internet. I've got Apostle Princewill Adiele and Chief Asor Owhonda. I hope I pronounced your names very well.
Yes.
Okay, so I would need you to come very close to the mic. So, all right. Once again, welcome. So, quickly before we go for our first commercial break, what is the bone of contention? Who's going first? Okay.
Well, okay. Thank you very much. I greet everybody, Nigerians. The bone of contention is that Ndanzi Nsirim, that this staff of office was handed over to barely a few hours ago by His Excellency. Is not the right person the staff of office is supposed to be handed over to. The bone of contention is that we, indigenes of Rumeme Kingdom, are the people that are supposed to present somebody to the government for recognition.
Is that how it has been done over the years?
Of course, it's not by appointment. The kingdom actually have to nominate somebody and say, see, His Excellency, this is our leader. Please, can you recognize him? Please. That is how it's supposed to be, not the other way around. The government cannot force somebody on the kingdom. It is not safe. Just as you rightly said, it's not a safe one. It's not safe at all. It is the kingdom that we nominate and choose somebody and hand such a person over to the government. The government, in turn, will hand over the office, the staff of office to such a person and not the other way around.
Does the government have a role in the process of selection?
No, they don't have a role.
The government does not have a
They
role.
do not have a role. Their role is only to hand over the staff of office. It is the people. I will tell you my leader. I will tell you who will be my king.
But I'm made to understand that the traditional rulers are somewhat under the government, so to say.
The traditional ruler recognized is now under the government. Is now under the government. If it's not recognized, it's not under the government. Yes, that is the tradition. It is you, me, that in the kingdom or in the community that we choose one person amongst us and send same to His Excellency and say, please, sir, we need you to recognize this person. That is when the government comes in. They will not choose and then impose such a person on us. No, it's not safe.
Okay, now I want to ask the question. So why is Ndamzi Insirim not the right person?
Because we didn't choose him.
Okay, you want to say something?
Yes,
so please use the mic.
Thank you, Mr. Kalada. Thank you for this opportunity you have given us to address this very important issue on the kingship of Rumeme Kingdom. By the grace of God, I came from the community where the king is selected. Rumumkwakani community.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And by the grace of God, we have made our choice. And when we made our choice, we wrote several letters to His Excellency Siminalaye Fubara to recognize him and give him the staff of office. We wrote several letters.
Do you have copies of those
Yes, we
letters?
have.
I wish you brought them.
Yes,
I would have loved to see.
Yes. We have several. I will bring them to you. We made our choice, and our choice remains Prince Honorable Timothy Nserim, because we saw him that he is capable. He has held several very important positions at the state level. He was the chairman of Obiakpo local government area for 2 tenures. He has been caretaker before then. He was the president of Jude Federation in Nigeria. The president, Jude Federation in Nigeria. So we saw him very fit, and we decided that there is no other person who can put on the shoes that the father left behind rather than himself. And the community have made their choice, and we have presented to Rumeme Kingdom. We are only waiting to bury the oldest man in our community, which we have just done, before we do the coronation. We made our choice, and before we knew it, Sim went and recognized somebody we never choose. Ndanzi Nserim is not even part of our. He doesn't come to community meeting. He doesn't know what is happening.
Is it a sibling of Timothy Prince?
Well, if you listen to one of the person that spoke 2 days ago or yesterday, yes, Andrew made some very vital point, saying that he will make proof that he will take him to court. Andrew said so, that Ndamzi Nserim is not his father's son.
Okay.
Yes, and Ndanzi also is not capable. We don't see him. He's not capable. Ndanzi cannot address 3 persons like we are seated here now. He doesn't have the capacity to address 3 persons or to settle matters. But Timothy has. Go to Timothy's house now. The entire women of the kingdom, we call them Rumunia, women that are married to other communities. They are gathered there. They were having meeting in one other place. They hold their monthly meeting. They are in Timothy's house because of this incident that happened yesterday. They came to pay their solidarity to Timothy.
All right. So go for a quick commercial break. Very quick. When we do come back, I would ask the question, is there a political undertone to this election? Because, River State has been, characterized by the various politicking. All right. When we do come back, just stay tuned, please. Still listening to Hard Facts on 92.3 Nigeria Info, and I've just taken you to Rumeme Kingdom, and it has to do with the traditional ruler tussle. You know, I told you on Tuesday, Ndamzi Interim was recognized by the Rivers State government as the Inyeweli of that kingdom. That's not the right person. There is a right process. And before the break, I asked the question, do you think it is political? I am Kalada Kurubatibo. You can watch us live on Facebook, on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH, and follow us on X. We're active and interactive, Nigeria Info PH. With me in the studio are stakeholders from the community. I've got Apostle Princewill, Adiele, and I've got Chief Asor Owhonda. Welcome back, gentlemen. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So before the break, because you say, there are processes, and basically the people get to select. I would have loved to know what the processes are. But before I go into that, I want to ask, is this political? Because the state is polarized, so to say, most especially, Obiakpo, right? Some people are saying, we are for yes some week. Others are saying we are for similar Fubara, both their excellencies. I'm wondering, could it be that, you are supporters of the FCT minister in any way?
Not in doubt.
You are supporters of the FCT minister?
Not in doubt.
And so your selection could be in line with the FCT minister. Is that what it is?
No, not at all.
Let me respond.
Okay, please use the mic once again.
Let me respond by saying that the FCT minister is from a different community. It's not from... It's
from
Rumeme Precom.
Rumeme Precom, yeah.
Yes, it's not resident in Rumeme. Rumeme is one of the kingdoms in Obiakpo local government area, just like Apana, Akpo, and Evo. We have 4 kingdoms in Obiakpo local government area, and Rumeme is one, and the smallest. The people, if there is any political undertone to this selection by His Excellency, that is, it has nothing to do with us. Our people, the people of Rumeme, the people of Rumpakane, where the king comes from, have made their choice. And their choice remains Honorable Prince Timothy Hemvalre Nserim as the king. If there is any political undertone, that has nothing to do with us. We don't want to join politics with our tradition. This is a traditional issue. And when the people of Rumpakane select a king, they will make a presentation to the clan. We also have 3 clans in Rumeme. We have Orebana clan, we have Epaneze clan, and we have Abolekenta clan in Rumeme. You will present this from Rumpakane, you will go to Orebana. From Orebana, now you present him properly to the entire Rumeme kingdom.
Did Ndamzi,
Ndamzi have not followed these processes at all. In fact, it doesn't belong to my community meeting.
No, before we argue as to
where
whether
he claims he hails from.
Before we argue as to whether he belongs to or not, I mean, he has, the right to react to that. Before we argue with that, I'm asking, did he go through any of these processes?
That's what I'm telling you.
Did he show interest in becoming the Inyeweli of Rumeme Kingdom?
He never even came to tell us. He never disinterested. Not one day.
So have you tried asking the Traditional Rulers Council in the state as to why the governor decided to tour the path he did? Have you written to the council? Have you written to the government, to get some kind of reaction as to why things are the way they are?
Yes, when we made our selection of Honorable Prince Timothy Nserim as the next king, we wrote the Traditional Rulers Council, River State. I sent them the copy of the. I have my own copy. We wrote to the Commissioner of Chieftaincy Affairs. We also sent a letter to the governor. We sent to the governor and copied all these other 2 arms. We did all that, awaiting him to pronounce our king. Only for us, surprisingly, to hear that he has given staff of office to Ndamzi Nserim, who does not have the capacity to superintend over that position. He doesn't have one bit. He doesn't.
So what is the kingdom going to do now? Because apparently, if the state government has recognized Indamzi interim, there is little or nothing the community can do. Remember, the state government is in charge of administering the state, including Rumeme Kingdom. So what's the next move for the kingdom?
For us, we have set up a committee. Like I told you before, that we are waiting for the final burial of the oldest man in my village, Chief S.B. Ewule, which you have just concluded. So we have set up a committee to organize the installation of Honorable Prince Timothy Nserim. Whatever the governor have done, that is their business. It has nothing to do with us. We will go on to install our king as the tradition demands.
So there will be a parallel kingdom, or a kingship, so to say.
We are not seeing any parallel kingship.
Because, I mean, one recognized by the state government, the other recognized by the community, so to say.
What actually that will happen is this. Something has taken place. The governor has gone on to recognize someone as the king of Rumeme Kingdom. Rumeme is not a community, it's a kingdom.
It's a kingdom, yeah, I mentioned that.
So, now that more than 2/3 of the indigenes of the kingdom are not happy with it, we intend to do the needful. And the needful is go on to coronate our king. That's the next step. And after that, then we will challenge the action of the state government in the court of law. Nothing more than that.
Is there no way that the kingdom, I beg your pardon, can summon Indamzi and say, hey, come before the people, so that the people can sanction him or ask him to, because he can actually reject the recognition by the state government? I think that's a possibility. Is it possible for the kingdom to? Let
me add to say that before the selection, we invited Ndamzi for a meeting.
Okay.
Yes, we invited him for a meeting. Before we did the selection of Honorable Prince Nserim, we invited Ndamzi for a meeting, and he never honored that invitation. So, going to summon him, he will not appear, because he will not appear. So it will be a waste of time going to summon him.
And there will be no way he will reject it, because he presented himself to the state governor for the staff of office to be handed over to him. So there's no way he will turn back to say no, that he wouldn't stand by it again, except His Excellency, with his wisdom, will retrieve the staff of office from him. And one of the ways His Excellency can do that is maybe through the courts, when the court gives an order or a judgment. For now, we do not see Ndamzi Nserim as our king. We don't.
So this kingship, is it inherited? Is it my father is king and I become king? Or like in some communities, the gods will come and say, oh, Kalada should be king? Or, the people say, oh, I like his face, I'm making him king. Which one particularly? I want to know.
It rotates around the three families that make up Rumpakani community.
Oh, I see.
Yes, it's rotational. It rotates among the three families that make up Rumpakani. You have Akoka, you have Owhonda, where I belong. You have Ekena. These are the three families. So it rotates around the three families.
And
so what happened in this instant now? My uncle, that is late Nyeweli of Rumeme, the apathy of Rumeme.
Sir, please use the mic.
Late O.N. Nserim. He suffered before this recognition came. He spent money. He made every effort, which I was very close to him before it came. And when he died, former governor of Rivers State, Chief Barrister Wanwike, appealed to the community, to the entire Rumeme community, to the entire Rumeme kingdom, that we should still allow somebody from his family to be crowned as the king, since the man did not enjoy
what he fought for.
So that is exactly what we did. After his family, it will go to the next family, to the next family. It rotates around.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. Let me get your thoughts in it. Because, like I said, this is a very sensitive matter. I have seen this snowball into a bigger issue, and that's why I'm talking about it. And just maybe our thoughts, our opinions, contributions may bring about the solution. Now, we're not going to dwell. I mean, we've heard them tell their side of the story. Hopefully, I probably will get across to Indamzi into Riemann. We'll talk about, the whole situation. Remember, I'm not supposed to take sides. However, I'm thinking, let's find a diplomatic end to this issue. So what are you thinking? By the way, Rumeme is in the heart, it's I can say it's, near Port Harcourt. So by extension, it's still Port Harcourt, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Particular Road.
Yes.
Where else again? Just give me the place.
Rumeme is the heart of Port Harcourt.
Okay.
From Nigerian Ajip Oil. Before you get to Nigerian Ajip Oil.
Okay.
By where the other George by Kure Road starts. That is where Rumeme starts. Down to Elibam.
GRA.
Yes.
So you see. Very, very important, and we don't want Christ, right? So I'd like to get your thoughts. 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. WhatsApp number for your WhatsApp messages: 0809 03064116. And Facebook, we're live. And YouTube, we're live. Nigeria Info PH, and we're active on X and very much interactive as well. Nigeria Info PH. So now, looking at Facebook, Ibifuro Nicholas Asimia says, Wike did that in my community. So what's the big deal? We should stop picking on the governor. Akobundu Wisdom Godson says the first speaker contradicted himself. Yeah, how do you mean? I'm wondering. Elvis Amigua says, please, you can't install another chief in your place. The governor just made a pronouncement and a staff of office given. My people, let's forget the fight. Life goes on. Finally, your guests all have their interests. Kabari Anthony says, let them continue to cry for help. Were they not in River State when Wike sacked a recognized chief in Rumeme Precom and installed his loyalists? Okay, all right. So a lot of people have their opinions on that one, supporting the governor. Ken from Ubumini. Ken, welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ken. Quickly.
Yes.
Quickly.
I don't know if you remember yesterday when I talked about the governor handling the staff of Royal Highness to the two persons he did in the local government and also in Nobiabo.
Okay.
Now look at what the development is now raising. Now I want to let you know that before a Highness appointed, it was given the of the land. That was why I was trying to condemn that appointment yesterday, because yesterday we have gotten some guests kicking against the development. I rest my case. All
right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Gift from Yenegua. Welcome. Let's get your thoughts, please.
Kalada, good evening.
Yeah, greetings.
Let me greet this wonderful guest in the studio.
Straight to the point, please. We don't have time. To the point,
yes,
please.
I'm using my time. We did my time, Kalada. Just
Okay.
allow me. Let me tell you, the truth of the matter is this. This is communities in the name of governor. You know what we'll do? Governors will come and plead and beg for votes. But we return, worship them. Come to my community to make a king for me. If you don't want to recognize our king, after all, that thing is gazetted by everyone else a weekend. It's just for you to hand over that very staff of office. That's all. There's nothing this governor contributed. In fact, these people voted in, these people made him. But look at what he's doing. Later they will tell us, peaceful man, why is the one setting conditions in community?
All right, Gift, I've got to go. Keep your calls coming. I'm going to take two more calls before my next commercial. All right, two more calls. So let's see what your thoughts. Let's hear what your thoughts are. I'm going to see from the WhatsApp platform. This one says that they made a very big mistake. They should have sought the consent of the community before going ahead to recognize the man as the paramount ruler. This has to stop. We must not allow politics into a laid down tradition of the people. Governor seems to reverse that stool and allow the. This is and totally wrong for the action of the governor of River State, going as far as recognizing someone without